head coach is Tom Fee, assisted by Steve Chandler, Scott Brewer, Terry Clark, Skip Henson. The principal here at Lafayette is Mr. Dwight Price, and the principal at Tates Creek is Mr. Ken Cox, our Corbin boy. 12 minutes to go in the second quarter as Tates Creek needs to pound this one in to knot the score at 7-0 to get the momentum back on their side. Tates Creek lines up on the 20-yard line. Here's a fake inside. I think Jones got it as he faked to his fullback and gave to Jones, I believe. No, let's change that. Make it number 3. That's Demetrius Wingate. He faked inside and gave it to Wingate. Picks up 2 or 3 yards. Well, it should be second down, and
Stan, it's first and goal to go inside the 10, about the 9. As that was a 3rd and 1 play. Wingate, first and goal at the 8-yard line.
All right, I kept looking for the change, and so we've got it first down, goal to go at the 8, as Dick called it. Here we go with Eder as Lauer split wide to this side. They go inside, they go to Jones, and Jones might have picked up a couple of yards, but boy, that Lafayette defense gets mighty sticky in there. Number 37 for Lafayette did a nice job. That's Dan Houlihan plugging up that right side of the Lafayette line, where it's going to be now second down and about 4 yards to go. So he picked up 4 yards on that one.
This is where Lafayette is really tough, down near the goal line. That defense has a lot of pride. It's carried them the last couple of years. Their defense has been, excellent defense has been the trademark of Lafayette the last couple of years. This year is no exception. As Tates Creek calls a timeout, they want to make sure they get the play they want. First half statistics, Jesse Bradford carried the ball 6 times for 38 yards. For Lafayette, an average of about 6 yards a carry, just over 6. While Demetrius Wingate carried the ball 5 times for 67 yards. Most of that coming on that big, long run he had midway through the first quarter. So Wingate getting off to a good start. Tim Jones has not had his hands on the ball all that much. But look for Tim Jones to get it down here. This is his territory. He has a nose for the goal line, and it seems like he always finds some way to get in.
Dick, you know, we might see that pass that Tates Creek likes to throw, although it would be a surprise, but we don't know. As Houston Hall, number 18 for the Tates Creek Commodores, loves to catch that tight end pass over the middle. This might be a time for it, but we'll wait and see.
Well, that's what makes Tates Creek so tough to defend. They got such an outstanding passing and running game. It's very tough to defend, and it really helps in the situation down here near the goal line.
Crosby, Mullins, Thalacker, Houston Hall, J.D. Kermode inside for Tates Creek blocking. That's the forward wall. Scott Eder calls the play. Wingate along with Jones. Here we go to Jones. Jones dances near the goal line to about the 2-yard line, where he's knocked down inside Lafayette territory by John Cox, among others. So it'll be third down, goal to go at about the 2, as the lightning prevails over us to the right. Second quarter action here at Ishmael Stadium. Tates Creek trying to knot the count if they can. Lafayette trying to dig in to hold them off. A typical Tates Creek Lafayette barn burner here at Ishmael Stadium. Here we go. 1 yard out is all they got, as Eder will look over the defense and sets his play as he moves Jones from a tailback to a slot back, and here we go. Eder calls, gives off to Wingate, trying to go, can't go. Beautiful, beautiful defense. Now Lafayette, number 2, David Borosic, would not be taken out.
Number 39, Brian Sonka there, and you got to give credit to Marcus Hale. Made a good play from the safety position. Initially tripped up Wingate before Sonka was there, and Borosic. So it's now fourth down, 1 yard to go. And Stan, if you talk about a turning point, it's still early in the game, but in a game with such high emotion as this one, this could be a very important factor in the outcome of this game.
You better believe that, partner, as Scott Eder calls the play, as Lafayette tries to dig in and stop him one more time. Here we go to Wingate. They fake to Wingate and gave to Jones, I believe, Dick.
Yes, you're right, Tim Jones.
A very beautiful fake inside to Wingate as it froze the linebacker, and then Jones carries it in for a touchdown.
Stan, and he did not make it by much.
You better believe that. Just barely got over. I really didn't think he made it, but that second effort got him across.
Well, it was. The officials raised up the signal a little slowly. And Tim Jones not only is an elusive runner on the outside, but he's not afraid to go right up the gut and take punishment. That's why he's one of the best running backs Tates Creek has ever had.
Holding will be Chris Hayworth. Trying to knot the count will be John Bailey. The ball is snapped. The ball is placed. It is Cook. Call it good. So we're knotted at 9:40 here at Ishmael Stadium. Lafayette 7, Tates Creek 7.
Well, it's turning out to be another intense game between Lafayette and Tates Creek. They have played, as I mentioned earlier, some memorable games. These two teams get at each other, and they don't leave anything. After the game is over, they give everything out there. Lafayette wants to keep up their winning ways in the city. Tates Creek, their seniors want to win. They want to win badly. And they want to keep up their winning streak, which is currently at 3 in a row. Tates Creek has been a highest scoring team this year. Their last 3 games averaging 26 points. So they got an offense that can move the ball. And Lafayette has shown they can move it here in this first half.
You know, Dick, right now, both offenses are saying, look, we're going to keep it on the ground. You're going to have to stop us. And both offenses, and not really passing. They haven't shown any passing so far. Both offensive lines are really dominating the defense right now.
Well, Etter has only gone back to pass once, and that time he was sacked.
So we're all knotted with 9 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the first half here at Ishmael Stadium as Bates will kick off. For Tates Creek, the ball is a squib kick that will be picked up by Lafayette's Robinson. Robinson dances, and he's nailed by Tates Creek. As beautiful inside tackling by Jeff Comfort, one of the players down there. And so Lafayette will play the football on their own 32-yard line, hash marked toward us, as Billy Martin will come into the football game for Lafayette. They have Snyder along with Rob Strombert. They have not used Strombert. He's a nice receiver, but they have not used him. Sonny Mills is in there. Ton Snyder, we mentioned him. John Cox is tight end or tackle on that side. As here we go with Billy Martin as he gives off to Bradford. Bradford running, knocking over people as he pushes up to the 40-yard line. Bradford will pick up what looks to be about 4 or 5 yards. They give him 6 yards, 7 yards now, as they say he picked up 7. Bradford is a strong runner, Dick, a very hard runner, and really it's taken about 2 Tates Creek players to knock him off his feet.
He runs a lot like William Dishman. Very hard to bring down, has good size, goes 6'1", 190 pounds, only a sophomore. And he runs very hard. And when he gets into the open field, he has outstanding speed.
Power outs as they go to Johnson. Johnson running wide as he's going to break the corner as Johnson is picking up what should be a first down easily. He's knocked out by David Browning along with Wingate, but not before he picks up his first down.
Good play, I think, by number 69, Corey Gravenbauer. Strung out Vic Johnson, forced him to go wide, and subsequently shut down the run. Not as much yardage as Johnson would have liked to have got. It's 1st and 10, though, Lafayette at the 47-yard line.
Again,
Johnson makes yards very quickly. He's such a graceful style running, and you don't really realize just how fast he is.
And he's powerful again, Dick, just like Bradford is. T.L. O'Silly replaces Bates in the backfield for Tates Creek as we get Billy Martin handing a trap play to number 3, which is Antoine George, and he is nailed right there almost in his tracks by the left side of the Tates Creek line, where it'll be 2nd down and about 7. They give him 3 and a very hard 3 at that. Right now we get Johnson back in as he's interchanging with Rob Strombert for the Lafayette Generals. Both teams cannot stop the other so far on offense. Both teams running at will so far in this football game. I formation. They fake inside of the first man through. Here's Jesse Bradford finding big gapes in that Tates Creek line as he rips up to the 40-yard line in Tates Creek territory.
Good hole right again, right up the middle behind Andy Bischoff, and also the right guard, Sonny Mills. But Jesse Bradford was brought down by Johnny Green. Not before, though, he picked up about 9. Bradford having an outstanding night. Looks like he could be a terrific player before he's through here for Lafayette. 1st and 10, Lafayette at the 40 of Tates Creek.
Boy, he looks tough. Johnson wide to that side. Ends in tight on this side. Tates Creek tries to stop him with a 4-man line, and he does. Almost as Antoine George is knocked down by Lindsay almost, but then Hall has a shot at him, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to say he lost a couple of feet.
Anthony Lindsay had a hand on him in the backfield, lost it, and then J.D. Kermode finished him off. Loss of about a half a yard.
Here we go with Bradford back in as they interchange with Doug Cook. So Bradford, we may look for him as he's been very strong. Call it second down, 10 yards to go. Put the football on the 40-yard line, hash mark toward us, which means the open side of the field is towards Roy Walton and the Tates Creek Commodores. Here we go with Bradford. He's nailed. Boy, Tates Creek looking very sharp on defense as Lear along with Lindsay combined to bring him down for about a 3-yard gain.
Once again, running off the right between the center and the right guard, Andy Bishaw, All-City performer from a year ago, playing center for the first time in his high school career. And Sonny Mills, who is starting for the first time after being injured this year. So Sonny Mills, who started last year for the Generals, back in the starting lineup. And I know that makes Tom Fee happy on that offensive line as Lafayette calls timeout, which gives us an opportunity to announce our next Channel 13 Sports telecast. It will be October 10th, and it will pit the same Lafayette Generals against the Bryan Station Defenders. October 10th, so we encourage the viewers to tune in again in about 2 weeks for Lafayette versus Bryan Station, as the city teams are doing very well this year. Henry Clay, or Tates Creek, leading the way at 3-1. Then we have Lafayette, Bryan Station, and Henry Clay all at 2-2. And it's been a topsy-turvy year all across the state in high school football. Who would ever have thought Christian County would have opened up with 3 straight losses? But they did. So it's so far it's been an exciting high school football year in the state of Kentucky, Stan.
Sure has, Dick. In that western part of the state, boy, they play it down there. You go into Mayfield and places, Owensboro, and boy, you better get your boots on because they can really play top-notch football. That's Christian County's found out. Okay, we have 6 minutes, 22 seconds left to go.
Here.
As Lafayette will come up with 3rd down and 6, a big play for Lafayette. They'd love to put another one up before halftime, as Billy Martin will give to Bradford, and Bradford will run wide, but he does not pick up his 1st down, I don't believe, as he's knocked down by Melvin Lear for Tates Creek. And he's going to be close, but I don't think he got it, but we'll wait and see. I think he's going to be maybe a yard shy, maybe even it's going to be more than that. Looks like about 2 or 3 yards shy. The ball is going to be placed at the 30-yard line. Now, this brings up an interesting question, Dick. You have 4th down. You have 1 yard left to go. Tates Creek needs to hold him.
And Lafayette wants another timeout. So let's take a timeout ourselves. A timeout on the field with a score. Tates Creek 7, Lafayette 7.
You're watching Fayette County Schools Television, Channel 13 in Lexington.
5 minutes, 52 seconds left to play here in the first half, and Stan and I would like to welcome a new member to our team for this game. Maybe Troy Levitt, Stan's brother, on the statistics, and he has provided me with the total yardage so far through this game. Lafayette 108, Tates Creek 79. So we welcome Troy to our team. And he's doing a good job. Stan Levitt's brother there.
Well,
came down from Louisville.
He's a mathematician. He ought to be pretty good. So anyway, yes, he is. He's very good. He's helped me before. And so we're ready to go, Dick. Big play for Lafayette as the Tates Creek Commodores try to dig in. And Billy Martin will call signals for Lafayette. He will get and give, and I believe he might have made it. But let's see. I think that was Johnson, but I'm not sure. As they faked inside, we'll give it to Johnson running behind Higgins. And I don't know, there's a big stack up. Initially, I thought he made it, but I'm not sure. We'll bring it back and measure, probably.
It's going to be close. The official calling for a measurement. From this side, from our vantage point, it looks like Vic Johnson may have got it by the nose of the football. We'll have to wait and see. And that's kind of unusual, seeing Vic Johnson going up the middle.
You're right.
But he has good leaping ability, went over the top and got the 1st down. So it was a good call by Tom Fee, who has made many good calls in his short tenure here at Lafayette. As we like to remind everybody, Lafayette, the state champion from a year ago, defeating Owensboro for the state title last year in all places Owensboro. That was a great feat last year by Lafayette.
Yes, sir, and Rob Stromberg will line up. They look like they're going to go power again, Dick. Just going to try to grind it out with 5:28 left to go. Tates Creek trying to dig in with a 6-man line. Here we go. Lafayette probably in motion as we get Johnson running wide, and he's going to be knocked out, but I think it's going to be brought back. T.L. O'Selly along with David Browning knock him out, but I believe it's illegal procedure or motion against Lafayette.
I believe you're right. I think it was Vic Johnson. May have left a bit too early. But you could see right there the speed of Vic Johnson. Turning the corner, running away from the defenders. A brilliant offensive performer is Vic Johnson. Really I thought, down in the closing weeks of a year ago on their drive to the state title, it was Vic Johnson who really led that team, made the big plays. Lunsford and Coates were the leaders all year, but Vic Johnson made the big plays down the stretch for Lafayette that carried into the state title.
You're exactly right, Dick. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. We've got some running backs in this city. You got William Dishman over at Bryan Station. You got Timmy Jones here. You've got Vic Johnson along with Antoine George. You couldn't ask for any better running backs anywhere. Here we go to the big Bradford kid. Bradford running behind people, running over as he gets down to the 20-yard line. What a move by Bradford, knocked out by David Browning, but not before Bradford shows his strength as he picks up what should be about 7 yards on a beautiful trap inside play as they bring it over this side.
Jesse Bradford has been unstoppable in this game, this time running around the left side of the offensive line. Tom Snyder and Sonny Mills Tom Snyder and Kirkland, David Kirkland doing the blocking chores on that side, but right now Jesse Bradford averaging about 7 yards a carry.
Higgins, Snyder, Bischoff, and Sonny Mills in there, as Dick said. Here we go to the inside player. Here we go with Bradford almost breaking, still on his feet. What a run by Bradford as he rips up Tates Creek's defense.
Dan, that's number 30, Doug Cook.
I'm sorry, that's Cook instead of Bradford.
Brought down by number 73, Anthony Lindsay, among others for Tates Creek, but not before. Doug Cook bolted through right up the gut once again. It's been a very effective play for Lafayette, running over Andy Bischoff. Got down inside the 15 to about the 12, and Lafayette on the move once again.
Well, I'll tell you, they're really coming off that football. The offensive line is for Lafayette. And Bradford and Cook are running similar. Here we go back to Cook, and Cook picks up yardage. He's still on his feet, as he should have been stopped for 2 yards away, but he keeps coming up and gets to the 10-yard line. Beautiful play by Cook.
Cook and Bradford running hard. T.L. O'Selly, number 32, in on the hit, along with number 69 for Tates Creek, Corey Grabenbauer. But once again, we hate to be repetitive, but it's been right over Bischoff. And the right guard, Sonny Mills. They really opening up the holes.
David Kirkland is a slot to that side as Kirkland gives them plenty of blocking room. They go to that side with Bradford. Bradford will run down.
Oh, there's face mask.
We're going to get, yes, as Bradford is knocked down by Tates Creek.
Dan, that was a blatant face. There's flags all over the field. Everybody saw that one.
Demetrius Wingate, I believe, Dick.
Demetrius Wingate. And that will put Lafayette even closer to Tates Creek territory.
Boy, these backs run hard, Dick. And I tell you one thing about them, they run low. They bend their back and run right straight down to the ground almost. It's hard to bring them down.
A break for Lafayette, Stan, holding against the Generals. Offsets the face mask penalty against Tates Creek, and we'll do it over. So, a break for Tates Creek on that play. 2nd down and 7 from the 7.
Well, this is yes, you called it, Dick. This is a big break, as that could have been catastrophic for the Tates Creek Commodores there if they'd have called that face mask, which we thought that they did. Billy Martin will bring his club up. He's 7 yards away from pay dirt. Can he move them in? We'll see right now. Billy Martin calls, gives off to I'll get it right, Antoine George, and boy, he is nailed as he hit the line of scrimmage by Tates Creek.
It looked like, Stan, either 55, Johnny Green, or number 3, Demetrius Wingate, and we've seen Wingate in a couple of games this year, and when he hits you, and you can feel it all the way up here in the press box when Wingate gets a good crack at you.
You are exactly right. Here we go with Neal. I don't know whether they'll run this option or not. Looks like they may be optioning 3-0-3. Here we go with Martin. He picks up the football and fumbles it, and there's a big pileup as it's going to be snuffed out by Tates Creek right about the 7-yard line.
So Tates Creek a little lucky down here near the goal line. Martin fumbling, trying to get away from center too quickly, and then the offsetting penalty play. And they will have to try a field goal with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play. here in the first half. And we want to encourage the viewers to stay tuned. Lafayette High School's marching band and Tates Creek's marching band will be performing at halftime, and as is our custom, we'll have their halftime shows in their entirety.
Tim Chesney will try to put Lafayette up as Billy Martin will hold. The ball is snapped, the ball is placed, the ball is kicked. Is it good? Yes, sir. It is good. Lafayette 10, Tates Creek 7.
A 23-yard field goal by Chesney. And so far, that's the difference in the game. Bates missed one from 34. Chesney hits his from 23. And it's 10-7. As Stan Levin mentioned, Stan, the offenses have really dominated this game so far here in the first half. They have moved up and down the field at will. The latest statistics on Jesse Bradford in his first game at tailback. 13 carries, 91 yards. Just been great running the football for Lafayette.
Okay, Lafayette will kick as they have just now gone into the lead at 10-7 with 2 minutes 14 seconds left to go, as it's a squib kick by Danny Serbaugh, and it will be mishandled by Tates Creek, and then falling on it is Bobby Sanborn, and I think Lafayette picks it up. I think Lafayette might have recovered the fumble, as we'll wait and see, but I don't think Sanborn ever got a hold of the football. He was scrambling at it, and I think Lafayette alertly ran down there and got pounced on that football, Dick.
You're right. Alert play by the Lafayette Generals. The Tates Creek player could not field it. Lafayette coming down, and they're making a break now as they got it right back down where they had it just a few seconds before, down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. What a play by Lafayette.
What a break. What a break. They're 10-7. Tates Creek had 2 minutes left to go. We'll see if Lafayette, though, can come in. And Lafayette has got the momentum now. They smell it in this first half. Here we go to inside, I think that's Jones. We'll wait and see, or Johnson 1. I can't pick up his number yet as they pile it up inside about the 10-yard line.
Stan, that's only one person, Jesse Bradford, jumping up the middle, averaging 7 yards a carry here in the first half. He's coming out of the game now. Tates Creek defense now backs against the wall. Time running down, 1:25 to play, and the clock is moving. Tates Creek or Lafayette would dearly love to get a touchdown before the half's over.
And I'll tell you what, Lafayette shows no sign of passing as Billy Martin hands off. Here we go with Johnson running wide. Can he get the corner? I don't know. He can barely get it as David Browning knocks him out along with other Commodores, but I don't think he picked up a whole lot. Beautiful play as David Browning pursued for the Tates Creek Commodores along with Johnny Green to hold back the elusive Johnson.
Excellent play by Browning, getting help over there from number 19, John Burt. But Johnson got it down to the 5. 1:08 to play, and he got out of bounds.
So that will stop the clock with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go first half, as Neal will send a wide out to that side. Lafayette will try to knock Tates Creek off the line of scrimmage and put another 7 up if they possibly can. Here we go to Bradford. Big Bradford gets a couple, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, then past some, but not nearly enough. So it'll be fourth down, Dick.
69, Corey Gravenbauer getting off the bottom of the stack. So the one time they had to stop Jesse Bradford, they did. And once again, Chesney back in for the field goal. And the Lafayette fans wanting the team to go. Dick, this is a good play right here.
This has got to give Tates Creek some momentum, though, because they've held them twice to maybe 2 field goals, and you've got to feel lucky when you do that, because they could be up a whole lot more. If Chesney can get it, I don't think he did. Yes, he did. He did. I thought it was wide to the right. And so Chesney puts it in, and making the score now, 13, Lafayette 7, Tates Creek.
21-yard field goal by Chesney. Only 31 seconds to play, but I believe I would have to agree with you. Tates Creek, even though they're down 13-7, have to feel very good about that, because Lafayette was knocking on the door that time. I really thought on that third down play they may go up top, but they kept it on the ground. It's been very successful for them here in the first half. And Bradford averaging 7 yards a carry. Why not give it to him? But you got to give credit for Tates Creek for outstanding defensive play near their own goal line on 2 consecutive occasions.
Well, that's the mark of a Roy Walton team, Dick. They really rise to the occasion. That's Sanborn wide to the left. That's Jones in the middle. And this is Chris Lauer for Tates Creek on this side as the ball is pumped to Tim Jones. He'll take it on the 15-yard line, back to the 20, back to the 30. Needs a wall there. Can he get it? He's still on his feet. No, he's knocked down about the 32-yard line by Lafayette, but with only 24 seconds to go in the first half.
24 seconds is plenty enough time for Tates Creek when you got Scott Utter back there and his great arm. And they got the speed of Jimmy Bailey in the game as a wideout. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tates Creek go something deep here.
Lafayette will play a deep zone. They'll give anything inside their zone underneath, but they do not want to get beat long as Marcus Hill is playing a strong safety way back on about the 35-yard line. Scott Utter looks to throw, is going to give it off to Jones, and he's going to ramble and run, but that's it as Jones runs out the clock here at Ishmael Stadium. Our score at the end of the first half here at Ishmael Stadium, Lafayette 13, Tates Creek 7.
Now stay tuned for our halftime show, the Lafayette High School Marching Band and the Tates Creek High School Marching Band. We'll be back with the halftime show in just